42 Dugg has been behind bars since 2022 in a case that has played out over the last few years, and his experience has been quite dismal. In a since-deleted Instagram post on Tuesday, May 16, the We Paid rapper opened up about the concerning conditions he's allegedly facing in prison, including the lack of hot water for his food. "Let me update y'all on what's really going on," Dugg began. "ATLS marshals tryna keep me from going home. I supposed to get out October 14th of last year. They illegally held me without reasoning because they felt my federal judge in Detroit shouldn't have gave me a bond. I let that slide then after I got sentenced one of tell me he not sending me to a prison. He gon' make me do my time in a county jail, which is 10 times worst. Then he had the nerve to tell me he knows where I live." He continued, "I supposed to head court today for our old case. The US marshals then told the jail don't let me on Zoom to handle the case, so I can't possibly go to the halfway house. Bruh, these motherfuckers been sending all kinda guards to talk to me, seeing if I may ask for something. The crazy thing is they putting me on game. They telling me the marshals tryna ruin your life. They don't want you going home. They haven't even submitted my paperwork for me to receive my outdate and calculate my days. I need the best civil lawyer in Georgia, man. I'm in jail for going to the gun range, dropping dirty and failure to appear. I didn't steal from nobody, hurt nobody, they handling me crazy. Man, I'm in this bitch heating my food up with the water from the nasty ass shower. They don't even give us hot water to heat our food up. Ain't no microwave. I can't get no visits from my family, nothing. I'm sure they gon' do some more illegal shit, but what I pose to die in this bitch for probation violation." The Detroit rapper was sentenced to 1 year behind bars in April, despite prosecutors recommending a 6-month sentence. He'll also have to serve 3 years of supervised release following his bid, as well as pay a $20,000 fine and not use illegal drugs. Dugg pleaded guilty to his failure to surrender case back in February. Though prosecutors agreed to recommend the same 6-month sentence he is accused of skipping out on, presiding Judge William Ray too had the ability to overrule the recommendation and hit Dugg with up to 5 years behind bars. The original issue began back in November 2019, when the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, ATF, received a tip that Dugg had fired a weapon at an Atlanta gun range. As a convicted felon for prior carjacking and firearms possession charges, he was not allowed to fire any weapon, and he was ultimately arrested and charged with felony firearms possession in March 2020. In May 2021, 42 Dugg and his legal team entered plea negotiations for the gun charge, which carried a maximum sentence of 10 years. With the plea deal, he was able to avoid jail time and get away with probation. However, a judge revoked his probation soon after and slapped him with 6 months in jail and 2 years of supervised release. 42 Dugg was expected to surrender and report to a West Virginia prison in April of last year. He did not, however, and federal agents had to retrieve him, which was evidently soon after he landed at a Detroit airport last May. He initially pleaded not guilty with the excuse that he's a sovereign citizen and doesn't have to comply with federal law. That failed to work, however.